श्रीमान वेंकटनाथार्य कवितार्किक केसरी वेदांताचार्य वर्यो मे सन्निधत्तां सदा हृदि श्रीवासरंग परकाल मुनित्रयाप्त लक्ष्मात्मरक्षणैत्योगागमान्तम् आचार्य भक्ति परिपूत मनर्गशीलं गोपाल देशिक मुनिं गुरुमाश्रयामः व्यासं वसिष्ठ नप्तारं शक्ते पौत्रमकल्मषं पराशरात्मजं वन्दे सुखतातं तपोनिधिं व्यासाय विष्णुरूपाय व्यासरूपाय विष्णवे नमो वै ब्रह्मनिधये वासिष्ठाय नमो नमः. We have been enjoying Sri Vishnu Sahasranama Stotra Namams, individual Slokam meanings. We are blessed to reproduce the Purvacharya's commentaries. Sri Parasara Bhattar, exquisite, beautiful, wonderful Anubhavam filled commentary on Vishnu Sahasranamam called Bhagavad Guna Darpanam. Darpan means mirror in Sanskrit and in Hindi. Darpanam. So it is a mirror that reflects the Bhagavad Gunam, Kalyana Gunams. Each nama is one gunam, one visheshanam, one attribute. Yani namani gaunani. Even in the preamble Vishnu Sahasranamam Jnana Slokams we say the rishis have picked up the slokams, the namams, the names of Vishnu based on his gunam, his glory, his vaibhavam. So it's our bhagyam to enjoy the individual gunams and immerse ourselves in the wonderful qualities of Lord Sri Mahavishnu. Sri Parasara Bhattar Vyakhyanam, Sri Adi Shankara's wonderful Shankara Bhashyam and other Vyakhyanams come handy for us to compare and enjoy the Acharya's divine Anubhavams. Today's Slokam 96. Sanat Sanatanatama Kapila Kapiravyayah Swastita Swastikrit Swasti Swastibhuk Swasti Dakshinaha. Sanat. We will first look at the one-liner meaning and then delve into each nama a bit deeper and enjoy the Anubhavam of Acharyas. Sanat, he is the object of enjoyment. Sanatana Tamaha, he is the most ancient one. Purana Purushan, he is the most ancient divine one. Kapilaha, he who is of beautiful complexion. Kapir Avyayaha, he who enjoys the never diminishing Anandam, bliss. Swastitaha, Sanat Sanatanattama Kapilah Kapiravyayah Swastita Swastikrit Swasti Swastibhuk Swasti Dakshinaha. Swastidaha, he is the granter of, he is the giver of Swasti. Swastina Mangalam, auspiciousness. That's why they say Swasti Vachanam, Mangala Vakyam, Mangala Vachanam. Swasti Srihi, Swasti Sri Rangabartugu, Vedanta Desika says. So, Swastidaha, the giver of auspiciousness. Swastikrit, the doer of auspiciousness, the doer of good mangalam to the devotees. Swasti, he himself is mangalam. Mangalanam cha mangalam, pavitranam pavitramyo mangalanam cha mangalam. So he himself is the most auspicious one. He grants mangalam to the devotees. He gives mangalam to the devotees. He is the doer of good to the devotees. Swastita Swastikrit Swasti. What a beautiful compilation of all these namas. Swasti book. He is the protector of all that is mangalam. All that is mangalam, auspicious, he is the protector. Swasti book. Swasti Dakshinaha. He who gives auspicious things as dakshinai to his devotees. He grants auspicious things as dakshina to his devotees. So, these are the names of the sloka 96. Sanat Sanatanattama Kapila Kapilavyayaha Swastita Swastikrit Swasti Swastibuk Swasti Dakshinaha. Sanat. He is the object of enjoyment, we saw. He who is in the form of time. He who is immutable, who is eternal and always of the same wonderful, majestic, divinely beautiful form. Sanat. So, Sri Parasara Bhattar interpretation is Tesham Sambhajanat Sanat. Because he grants perfect enjoyment to all the Muktatmas equally, he is called Sanat. When somebody attains Mukti, somebody goes to Sri Vaikuntham. When a Jivatma attains Sri Vaikuntham, Paramapadam, for having performed Bhakti Yogam or Prapatti Sharanagati, he has attained, and there he grants the enjoyment. He grants perfect enjoyment on all muktas equally as much as he has. The anandam that he possesses, Perumal, the bliss that he enjoys, the same anandam would be enjoyed or would be happening to the Muktatma and the Nityasuris. Same. There is no difference. Absolutely same. He becomes equal to the Paramatma in terms of this Anandam. There would be no more coming back to this samsaric world. It is nacha punaravartate, no point of return. Absolute peranandam afterwards. That does not mean that the Muktatma becomes equal to God in all aspects. Of course, the God continues to have creation, dissolution, samharam, granting moksham. All that would be taken care by the Lord only. Whereas the Muktatma enjoys the same amount as much as the Lord. In the Upanishad, there is a Vakyam, Niranjana Paramam Samyam Upaiti. Eternally, he would become equal to Param, the Lord. So that is why Sanat, Tesham Sambhajanat Sanat. Because he confers perfect enjoyment on all the muktas equally, he is called Sanat. Sri Parasara Bhattar's interpretation. Adi Shankara gives the meaning ancient of long duration. Sanat. Sanat iti nipataha chirartha vachanaha. An indeclinable, indicating a great length of time. One of the manifestations of Bhagavan is time. He quotes Vishnu Purana for that. Parasya Brahmano Rupam Purusha Pratamam Dvija Vyakta Vyakte Tataivanye Rupe Kalas Tathapanam. Vishnu Puranam says the first form of Parabrahman is Purusha. The next two are Vyakta and Avyakta. Another is time. Just as he is without beginning and without end, time is also without beginning and without end. This Kala Tattvam, we are all bound by Kala. We are born and we become youth and then we become old and we die. Take the next birth. The entire Prapancham, Leela Vibhuti is bound by time. What happens in Sri Vaikuntham? There is also time, Kalam, but people are not Muktatma and Nityasuris and Perumal, Lakshmi, they are not affected by time. There is Kala Tattva, means so and so Jivatma have come after this Jivatma, few years after to Sri Vaikuntham. That particular time limit is there. But there is no, Kalam does not bind them. So, Sri Shankaracharya's interpretation. Sanatana Tamaha is the most ancient. Sanatana Tamaha. Sana is an indeclinable meaning, means Nityam. Sana means Nityam. The word Sanatanam is derived by application of Panini Sutra. See Vasishta Panini Sutram that says addition of the pratyaya here to a word having the sense of time sana leads to the sense of belonging to. Thus, the term Sanatana has the meaning belonging to the eternity or ancient times. Panini Sutra. So, with the addition of Tama Pratyaya, the meaning for Sanatana Tama is the most ancient. Sanatana means belonging to the eternity of or ancient time. Sanatana Tama is the most ancient. So Sanatanam means eternal. That's being coined and kicked around by the half-baked or no knowledge ajnanis, viparita jnanis, agnostic atheists who thinks that they know everything just because they have studied 8th standard. So, all these things become void when you know what is the meaning of Sanatana. Sanatana means belonging to the eternity or ancient times. With the addition of the word Tama, the meaning for Sanatana Tama means the most ancient. He was present before anything else was present. And he is present when everything else is destroyed during the pralayam. So he is Sanatana Tama. Sanatana Tamaha, the most ancient. See, Parasara Bhattar comments that even though he is ancient, Purana, he is always new. He is as good as fresh. Even though he is Purana Purushan, he is Appadudai Kappadudu Ara Amudame. Just bloomed flower. He is like that. He is eternally youthful, 24 years old. He is always more enjoyable, fresh, as though he is new, he is fresh, not seen before. Every second he would look to us. He would seem to us that he is new. You have been, suppose in Sri Vaikuntham, we will ask, won't we get bored looking at Perumal and Mahalakshmi and Sri Vaikuntham forever and ever and ever? Won't we get bored? No, because every second he would look new to us. That's this beauty. It's incomprehensible. It's unfathomable. We cannot imagine. If we can imagine with the fine tools that we have, the finite tool, that means he becomes finite. He is infinitely beautiful. So, he is ageless. He is Pura Api Navaha Puranaha in Bhagavan's case. That's what is exciting, Tama, about his ancient nature. He is ageless but new. Sri Parasara Bhattar says Tana in the Nama to refer to Rupam or form. Tanu Shariram. He says even though he has always had a body, Sadatanatvam, he looks like one who is just new. Tadatanatvam, one who has just been endowed with a new body, as if he has been endowed with a new body. He is enjoyed as though he is new. That's why he is Sanatana Tamaha. எப்பொருளும் தானாய் மரகதக் குன்றமுக்கும் அப்பொழுதை தாமரை பூக்கண் பாதம் கை கமலம். எப்பொழுதும் நாள் திங்கள் ஆண்டு ஊழி தோறும் அப்பொழுதைக்கப்பொழுது என் ஆறாமுதமே. திருவாய்மொழி 2ஆம் பத்து 5ஆம் பதிகம் 4வது பாசுரம் 2.5.4. Nammalwar graphically captures this thought of Bhagavan being ever new for our enjoyment. No matter how many yugas pass, he is அப்பொழுதைக்கப்பொழுது என் ஆறா அமுதமே. He says, எப்பொருளும் தானாய் மரகதக் குன்றமொக்கும் அப்பொழுதை தாமரை பூ கண் பாதம் கை கமலம். The experience I have is refreshingly new every moment, he says. Even if I enjoy for days, years, ages, millennium, yugam, kalpam without my being satisfied, the infinite variety, unlike tiring uniform monotony, makes every moment a fresh anandam. It's an experience that's new always. Don't think that my new experience is because I am discovering something new every moment, because of my growing intellect. No. The Perumal has blessed me a flawless intellect at the very outset. The experience of the Lord's company is on an entirely different plane. He who is the inner soul, Antaryami of all, having all things as his aspects, looks like a greenish, cool hill of beauty. Eppoludum thanai maragada kundram okkum. He who is the Antaryami of everyone looks like a maragada kundram, a greenish, cool hill of beauty. Appoludai thamarai poo kan padam kai kamalam. His eyes, his feet, his hands like a lotus flower that have freshly blossomed at the very moment. Just now it has blossomed. எப்பொழுதும் நாள் திங்கள் ஆண்டு ஊழி ஊழி தோறும். Every minute, hours, age, days, years, ages, millennia, every yugam, kalpam. He is nectar that is sweeter, sweeter every moment, insatiable, incessantly enjoyable. Dr. V. N. Vedanta Desikan has translated so beautifully on this Pasuram. Alvar again says, Ennul manni vaigum vaigal thorum amudaya vanere. O my Lord, you are the one chief of all devatas, and is like the nectar with which one never gets satisfied with every new day that we live through. Sri Shankaracharya's interpretation, he who is the most ancient, since he is the cause of all, he is older than Brahma and others who are very ancient. Sarva karanatvat virinchadinatam api sanatananam atishayena sanatanatvat sanatanatamaha. Being ancient, he appears new every moment, even as the day and night reappear fresh repeatedly, one assuming the form of the other. And next nama is Kapilaha, he who is of beautiful complexion. Sri Shankaracharya and Bhattar have beautifully enjoyed this particular nama. Parasara Bhattar gives his interpretation in the generic sense of the term Kapilaha, one who is of beautiful complexion. He enjoys the nama in terms of Bhagavan's beautiful bluish Nilamega Shyamala complexion, with Mahalakshmi represented by sparkling streaks of lightning. Madhyastha Neela Tayoda Vidyul. So, Vidyul Lokeshwala Varnaha Kapilaha. Madhyastha Neela Toyata Vidyul Leke Jwala Varnaha Kapilaha. He is of radiant form in the self-luminous Sri Vaikuntham, very much like a blue cloud in the midst of a sparkling streaks of lightning. Sri Shankaracharya interprets the name as who is tawny in color, blue in color. He enjoys the nama as representing the form of Bhagavan in the form of fiery blue fire inside the ocean that keeps the ocean from overflowing. So, the subterranean fire in the ocean, which is called Kapila. And here, Kapila, here Sri Krishna Dattva Bharadwaj uses the meaning monkey for the term Kapi. Gives the interpretation, Kapin Sugriva Hanumat Adin Lati Sevayam iti Kapilaha. He who got Sugriva, Hanuman, etc., the monkeys in the line of Kainkaryam for him. That's his Anubhavam. Kapir Avyayaha. he who enjoys the never diminishing bliss, never diminishing Anandam. See, Parasara Bhattar mentions Kapir Avyayaha means undiminished. Here, Kapihi is explained as Kam Pipati, Pati Va Kapihi. He who experiences bliss, he who protects the bliss of experience, his experience for others. He derives the word Kapihi, Kam Pa Kapihi. Here, Kapihi means he who is in the form of the sun. He who protected the earth from the great waters in his Varaha avataram. He who accepts even water as an offering when offered with bhakti. All these can be enjoyed for this nama. Sri Shankaracharya mentions that Kam Jalam Rasmibihi Piban Kapihi Suryaha. He who drinks, dries up the water through his rays. The Surya, the sun, the rays, he dries up the water in the form of the sun, is Kapihi, Kapir Avyayaha. Alternatively, Adi Shankara gives the explanation of the term Kapihi can also refer to the Varaha avatar. So, Sri Shankara and Sri Parasara Bhattar both interpret the term Kapihi as it occurs in Slokam 11, Nama 102. Vrisha Kapihi, Varaha. They give the support from Mahabharata. And then Avyayaha, he who never moves away from his devotees, he who is always with his devotees. Avyayaha. Shankaracharya mentioned the resting place for the universe during its dissolution. Kapir Avyayaha. So, Kapir Avyayaha is so beautifully enjoyed by the Acharyas in several forms. Even Kapihi, even when someone offers water with bhakti, he accepts it. Patram pushpam palam toyam yome bhaktya prayachati. Whosoever offers to me with due devotion a leaf, a tulasi leaf, a flower, one flower, a fruit, one banana, couple of bananas, or some water. If no water, your tear of anandam, bhakti, with anubhavam. I accept this offering made with devotion by the devotee who is pure of heart. In 9th chapter 26 Slokam, Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Kapir Avyayaha, Swastidaha, he is the giver of auspiciousness. Swasti, as bhuvi, to be. So, su, when you add, it becomes so beautifully Swasti, the bestower of auspiciousness. Swastim dadati iti swastidaha. Kalyanadaha, bestower, granter of kalyanam, mangalam, auspiciousness. Sri Parasara Bhattar says, Yevam mahan mangalam dadati iti swastidaha. In this way, he gives supreme mangalams to all. Supreme auspiciousness to all. Supreme auspicious, that is referred to Brahma Jnanam, that leads ultimately to the bliss of Sri Vaikuntham. Nammalvar refers to Bhagavan as Uyarvinaye Tarum, one shudder Katrai, the beam of light that grants the supreme Jnanam that leads to the Moksha Anandam. Periyalvar says, Pirama Guruvagi Vande, Podil Kamala an Nenjam Pugundu, En Sennithidaril Pada Ilakkinai Vaitar. Bhagavan came as the Guru who performed Brahmopadesam to me. Pirama Guruvagi Vande, Podil Kamala an Nenjam Pugundu. He entered the seat of true knowledge in me, my mind, and set his feet there. And this removed all the flaws and deficiencies and ignorance in my mind. Bhaktanam swasti mangalam dadati iti swastidaha, Adi Shankara interpretation. Bhaktanam swasti mangalam dadati iti swastidaha, the conferrer of blessings to his devotees. Swastikrit, the doer of good to his devotees. Swastikrite namaha, Bhagavan gives auspicious things to us. And then he gives us the attitude that enables us to enjoy this auspiciousness. Sri Parasara Bhattar interpretation is, after giving the Brahma Jnanam, Swastidaha, the last nama, that he then makes himself available to the muktas to enjoy him and his qualities. Swastikrit. After he grants Swastidaha, the Mangalam, he makes us, facilitates us to enjoy Swastikrit. Shankaracharya's interpretation, Bhagavan gives auspicious things to the devotees, Swastidaha. And he also does things that are good to the devotees, Swastikrit. Not only he makes them, he grants auspicious things, he does things that are good to the devotees. So, Sri Chinmayananda uses an approach that's been used by Shankara in many namas that end with Krit, and gives an alternate interpretation to the root Krit. The nama as one who robs an individual of all anandam when that individual follows a path that's not according to dharma. If you follow adharma, when a bhakta follows adharma, he robs them of the anandam that is coming from that adharmic path, so that he is put on track. Swastikrit. He who is auspiciousness, Swasti. So, we have Swastida Swastikrit Swasti. That Swasti 903 nama is auspiciousness. Parasara Bhattara explains the nama as Swasti. He who is himself the incarnation of auspiciousness, the personification of Mangalam. Pavitranam Pavitramyo Mangalanam cha Mangalam. All the jivas tend to live with lot of attachment and desires towards worldly pleasures. Since this is not real enjoyment, the Lord blesses the devotees for directing their desire towards Him and makes them enjoy Him. That He is the true auspiciousness for His devotees. That is He who is auspiciousness. He makes us understand that nothing else is auspicious other than Him. Sri Shankara gives the interpretation, Mangala Swarupam Atmiyam Paramananda Lakshanam Swasti. He whose nature is supreme bliss or auspiciousness. Sri Chinmayananda comments that he is of the nature of Satchit Anandam. Sat Chit Anandam. There is no cause for inauspiciousness in him. He who always exists in the past, in the present and in the future is Swasti. Swasti book. The protector of all that is auspiciousness. The enjoyer of all blissfulness. He who enables his devotees to enjoy Anandam, Paramanandam, Peranandam, bliss. Swasti book. So Parasara Bhattar gives the meaning to protect for the root Bhuj, and gives the interpretation Sarvam Yetat Swasti Bhunakti Palayati iti Swasti book. The Lord protects everything auspicious and protects the devotees. The pleasure of experiencing the Lord in the mind. The extreme satisfaction that the devotees get on that account of experiencing the Lord in the mind. And the Kainkaryam that the devotees are induced to perform thereby are all preserved and protected by the Lord to give them happiness. So, Shankaracharya interprets here Bhuj, to enjoy, and says the enjoyer of bliss, he who enables his devotee to enjoy his blessings. Swasti Dakshinaha, he who gives auspicious things as Dakshina to the devotees. The root from which the term Dakshina can be derived is Daksh, Vriddhav, to grow. Mean the Parasara Bhattar gives Dakshina in the sense a fee, a gift that is offered to the officiating priest in religious ceremonies. Dakshina, Prahaspati Sambhavanai, Acharya Sambhavanai, Guru Dakshinai. He interprets the current nama as one who offers swasti or auspiciousness as Dakshina. The ceremony and the priests who receive the Dakshina are to be identified. Here is Bhattar Anubhavam. Bhagavan is performing the eternal, never-ending sacrifice called Dirgha Satram, in which the officiating priests are the Nityasuris and the Mukta Jivatmas, the eternal souls and the liberated souls. The purpose of this yagam of Bhagavan is to offer himself to be enjoyed by his devotees. That's the yagam. In addition, he gives them auspicious things such as celestial, divine, aprakrita trimeni, Suddha Sattva trimeni, celestial body that is made of Suddha Sattva material, that never decays or ages or having any other material sambandham. And he gives them jnanam, shakti, etc. to the individual souls who reach Sri Vaikuntham. So Bhagavan is like the Yajamana or the master of the sacrifice who offers dakshina or fee to the priest, the Nityasuris and the Muktatmas who are officiating the sacrifice. Hence the nama Swasti Dakshinaha. So Parasara Bhatta so beautifully enjoys this. In Bhagavad Guna Darpanam, another interpretation among similar lines in Vishnu Sahasranama Satsangam, New Delhi, mentions that Bhagavan bestows auspicious things to those who perform sacrifices as the fee. He is Swasti Dakshinaha. Sri Shankaracharya gives wonderful 3 alternate interpretations. Swasti Rupena Dakshate Vardate. He who grows through his auspiciousness. That is, he who feels great by bestowing auspiciousness to his devotee. Swasti Dhatum Samartha Iti Va Swasti Dakshinaha. He who is capable of bestowing auspiciousness. He who is capable of. Not everybody can grant auspiciousness. Only he. And third is, one who is capable of achieving things fast. Dakshina Shabda Asuk Karini Vartate. Sigram Swasti Datum. Ayameva Samartha iti Swasti Dakshinaha. Bhagavan is called Swasti Dakshinaha because he alone is capable of bestowing auspiciousness fast or immediately or readily. Ever ready to grant auspiciousness. I always take refuge in Hari, the Supreme Person, the unborn, the eternal, who by just being remembered becomes the source of all auspiciousness. Smaradeva devasya siddhyanti sarva siddhayaha. Smrite sakala kalyana bhajanam yatra jayate. Purushastam ajam nityam vrajami sharanam harim. By mere remembrance of Krishna, the body of accumulated sins are destroyed, just as a mountain gets destroyed, broken into pieces by Indra's ayudam. Smaranadeva Krishnasya Papa Sanghata Panjaram. Shatada Bhedamad Ayathir Girir Vajrahato Yatha. So beautifully Shankaracharya mentioned that I always take refuge, Sharanagati, in Hari, the Supreme Person, the unborn, the eternal, who by just being remembered, by just the remembrance of Hari, we become the source of all auspiciousness. He is the source of all auspiciousness. He grants us auspiciousness as a gift. Sri Chinmayananda nicely captures the spirit. The term indicates that Sri Narayana will quickly and efficiently, readily reach sincere seekers to give them experience of Mangalam, auspiciousness, which is the Lord's very nature. Adiyan, Dhanyosmi, Kavitarkika Simhaya Kalyana Gunashalini, Srimate Venkateshaya Vedanta Gurave Namaha.